Hola a todos y bienvenidos a Chorri Aventuras de Blackwood. Continuamos con Belonging, un juego en el que estamos dentro de una especie de secta, en el que, bueno, vemos que el encargado de la salud física dopa a la gente con drogas, drogaína, esteroides y cosas chungas. Entonces vamos a ver qué más. ¿Qué más encontramos? Porque a lo mejor es una secta como tal, o puede ser una secta.
It's the Greek gods. They worship the Greek pantheon.
So it goes beyond the pure aesthetic aspect of Greek excellence.
Yeah, they believe in the actual gods. I have to think on this.
Entonces puede ser una secta benigna, pero que algunos miembros sean, pues, delincuentes y cosas así. Claro, para el tío que dopaba a la gente, pues es que era lo que tenía que hacer. ¡Guau! Lo que hay que aquí para encontrar. Balcón de
Do you know
meditación.
if there are more groups who still believe in the Greek pantheon?
There are several groups in Greece and around the world who still do.
I don't know, it seems a bit flashy for a self-improvement group to use parts of a religion when there are people who are spiritually attached to it.
I agree. It's not cool to pick and choose aspects of Hellenism into a community as you see fit.
Hellenism?
It's the term for the whole body of ideals and philosophies that are normally associated with ancient Greece.
Huh, doesn't seem appropriate to just use that.
I'd say it's totally appropriation.
Pun intended.
¿Por qué necesitan primeros auxilios en el área de meditación? Y recordemos que esto es una isla. La serenidad necesita práctica. ¡Cálmate, coño!
So here people can really reflect and have a moment for themselves. Away from all the improving and working on yourself.
Do you think the higher-ups listen on their private recordings?
I wouldn't put it beyond them, but damn, I hope not. Can you access the files?
I wouldn't. These are probably private for a reason.
Oh, yeah, that would make us just as bad.
Ramona Hawkins.
What were you thinking about?
¡Guau!
Tutor Ramona, I'm in the middle of a VR-assisted enlightenment exercise.
I don't care what you are. You have been disrespecting Tutor Louis. Again!
Disrespecting? He wants to drug.
I won't hear it! This kind of behavior is unacceptable! I've been looking at your activity. You have been off your routine recently.
Vaya.
This is not the way of our teachings.
I
What were you doing in the lounge off hours?
needed some time to think. I was just journaling.
So what you're saying is you've been creating unauthorized documentation? Have you been sending it out to those who would want to see this community falter as well while you were at it?
No, I would never.
This warrants closer inspection. Effective immediately, your access to internet resources is voided, and your routine efficiency is set to 9.
That's, my mobility does not allow for such tight scheduling.
Maybe this will help you back on the path our mentor showed us.
Ajá. Así que Eva se queja de lo de las drogas. El otro... Y a mí me gusta lo de... No pienso oírlo, no piensas oírlo. Secta.
Damn. You do not want to get on her bad side.
I mean, we saw what happened. Ebba wasn't overly polite, but her concerns were valid.
Yep.
Doesn't count for much, it seems.
Pero si estamos siguiendo el caso de Eva... ¿Quién es Emilia? Ah, la que le pusieron... La que le dieron caña y le dijeron que tenía que... Que tenía que adelgazar. Y esta es Atenea. Ah, no, esta es Propósito. Pero no estamos en Propósito, ¿no? ¿Estamos en Propósito? No, estamos en Consciencia, no estamos en Propósito. Entonces, si estamos en Propósito, ¿qué tiene que ver? Si estamos en Consciencia, ¿qué tiene que ver Propósito? Señora, ¿por qué se mete donde no debe? El spa. Vamos al spa. ¿Qué jugueticos tienen? Oh, sobre el accidente, comillas, comillas.
What exactly did happen to you anyway?
I already hadn't responded well to the treatment from Tutor Anya.
Not everyone is blessed when trying to commune with the patrons.
And there was something wrong with one of the machines in the gym. It almost seemed like the machine had been tampered with.
Now, I don't want you to go around and dish out blame. Especially after your little escapade led to you missing a deadline for handing in our accounting books.
I was unconscious and then bedridden for 2 days.
As a child of Athena, you should have acted more proactive.
¿En serio?
Don't you think?
How would I have been able to finish the work?
Do you think we would be where we are if everyone made such excuses?
¿Qué excusas?
Look, your actions are causing trouble. We are getting attention from people that have no business snooping around in our affairs. But the mentor has assured me that if you keep quiet about this whole situation, an opportunity to redeem yourself will present itself to you.
I don't think I understand.
And neither do you need to. When called upon, just be ready and this whole messy situation will go away.
Oh, okay.
What do you think I had to do in order to stay out of trouble?
Hard to tell. But if it came directly from Jason Crane, it must be quite important.
I don't like this one bit.
Quieren proteger a esta. ¿Por qué exactamente? Porque se ha vuelto campeona. Motivos. Ya podemos pasar por aquí. El juego, lo que pasa es que es muy lineal. ¿Qué es esto? Han cerrado el chiringuito.
That's gotta be the moment they shut down the estate.
Yeah, everything was turned off until the emergency power started up.
That's how we were able to still get in.
El 17 de septiembre. Y sin embargo, las cosas no esenciales siguen activas. Porque el sistema de regadío no es esencial para que esté gastando energía del sistema de emergencia. Alguien se fue de aquí con prisa.
Kai recently said something to me. I wonder who I might have become if it didn't happen to me. That made me think. If my managers didn't push me on stage, although my body was in no state to perform, if the label didn't coerce me into financial dependency, who would I have been? Would I have found my way to Intellichism? To the Mentor? To Apollo? At first, it was almost too much for me. I felt like a burden in this community that helped me regain myself. I knew that rules are in place to help me, and especially Tutor Anya's SDT sessions were a big part of that. But I felt reminded of what I had just escaped. I felt suffocated. So I ran away again. Away from my newfound home. But I didn't get far. The world had moved on and had removed its place for me. Even my dysphoria came crawling back like all those years ago. When Damon reached out to me and asked me to come back, I immediately said yes. I should feel good about being back, about having a place again. There are times I wish I could voice my uncertainties, but the teachings made me see that there's no concept of doubt, no words for it.
Amelia already ran away from Intellichism once, even though the sensory deprivation therapy helped her.
I can imagine how it would be hard to leave all of this behind when you come from a life of abuse.
And still, she's not able to fully move past it.
De momento no parece relevante. De momento. Hay una terminal de privación sensorial. Almohadillas para hemorroides.
I have a proposition for the development of the consciousness pillar. What do you know about sensory deprivation therapy?
I'm afraid not too much.
It's a way for us to journey into ourselves, or even to convene with Athena herself. It is a space that blocks all outward influences on our senses. Basically, it isolates the pure consciousness and enables us to truly hone in on it.
Are there any risks involved?
There are no side effects whatsoever, only tranquility.
Sí los hay.
I have experienced this in the past, and I have never felt closer to my true self. This experience allowed me to see where my path would lead me. And when you introduced me to Entelicism, everything finally clicked into place. That is what I saw back then. My place here.
Very interesting. I'll see if we can make arrangements for something like this.
You will not regret this, Mentor.
Vale, o sea que es ella la que lo propone. Pero la privación sensorial, pues es una técnica de tortura que se usa o se usaba, probablemente se sigue usando en Guantánamo y otros lugares turísticos. Y tiene ciertos efectos secundarios si se usa de forma incorrecta o de forma prolongada. Pues claro, no es lo mismo que te ate un secuestrador a que te ate una pareja jugando. En fin, cuando sabes que va a haber un control y una terminación, puedes estar más tranquilo. Pero si no, no. Y no todo el mundo reacciona igual frente a los mismos estímulos. Tutora de la consciencia. Vale, la tutora de la consciencia se lo propone al líder. Y esta es la que debería haber hablado con Eva. Pero resulta que ha sido Ramona, la del propósito. Pues ya conocemos a los tres tutores. Run, boy, run. Tu, 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 tu. ¿Qué puertas se nos
This
separan?
estate, this polis, is like their headquarters.
How many members does Entelicism have, anyway?
In the world? A couple thousand, I think. Obviously, the most are in Germany, since they originated here.
Do they have other places like this?
No, not that big. It's mostly an online movement. You know, videos, podcasts, group chats, and message boards. They do local gatherings at hotels or event spaces, though.
So who can come to the polis?
I'm not sure, but I guess it's very exclusive. It's Jason Crane's dream. His piece de resistance.
Hear their flowery language.
I have my moments.
Probablemente los que destaquen con sus habilidades. ¿Y qué le pasa a esto? ¿Por qué es una imagen corrupta?
This is for people outside, I suppose.
To advertise Intellichism to potential new members.
Not quite like what we've already seen here. Honestly, the idea of having this yoga zen self-optimization retreat life doesn't sound too bad. Keeping a low profile, doing your thing, getting healthy. What's not to like?
Are you being serious?
Kind of. Sometimes it would be great to just leave everything behind.
I get it. But after everything we've seen, what's the price for this life here?
I mean, most of what we've learned so far is that people have been struggling in some ways before joining. And there are moments in here where they find some sense of healing, of belonging somewhere. Maybe all the rules can, in fact, help you regain your footing.
But where is the line between guiding someone gently and manipulating or even coercing them?
I guess that's the crux of the matter.
Es decir, también es bueno tener un sitio en el que poder aislarte o evadirte para alejarte de los problemas o simplemente cambiar de aire y así resetear. Es decir, no todo esto es malo, pero debería ser todo bueno. Y si hay cosas malas, pues que no lleguen a ciertos niveles, como por ejemplo doparse de forma peligrosa o coaccionar a gente para evitar problemas legales.
I really started to get into the whole idea of Intellichism. We chatted for nights on end, and with time, I felt safe enough to share my story. This person, Damon, was so understanding and kind. He explained that this was all part of my journey, and mine alone. If I wanted to improve myself, I had to do it alone. And that meant no contact with friends or anyone from my old life. Not even Jace. But the promise of Intellichism was so enticing. There was so much more that I could learn if I committed fully. I was invited to an exclusive Intellichism retreat. It was a whole weekend at some fancy resort full of talks, workshops, and group sessions. There were so many people there sharing similar experiences to mine. Intellichism had helped them all find a new way forward. And Jason Crane, the community's head mentor, was there too. By that time, I was already a huge fan of his work. They even have some sort of school up north where you can focus on unlocking your individual potential. When they offered the weekend for free for signing up for full membership, my mind was already made up. And so, I became an Intellicist.
He wanted to reach out to me.
But he was led to believe he shouldn't. Do you feel betrayed?
I mean, yeah, a bit. I'm happy he found people to share his feelings with, though. If he got better, I guess I'll be all right.
El amigo. Hay cositas ahí abajo que me he dejado.
We realize that every individual has the potential to reach their highest state of being, to become the best version of themselves.
So you offer pricey self-help seminars? What do you say to those who might have concerns about your organization?
I know it's difficult to understand that a group can come together in harmony and strive for the betterment of all its members. I know that a lot of people would not want that to succeed. But believe me, that we have truly freed ourselves from society's shackles and limitations to grow, individually and collectively.
But some might argue that your emphasis on self-improvement and perfectionism can be damaging or unrealistic. What do you say to those concerns?
People will always fear what they don't understand. What's wrong with focusing on yourself? Focusing on your physical and mental health? Working toward a valuable life purpose?
Bueno, es una dicotomía, ¿no? Céntrate en ti mismo para ser mejor para los demás. Si me centro en mí mismo, soy egoísta. Entonces, si me centro en mí mismo para ser mejor, ¿cómo eso me hace mejor persona para tratar a otros? Porque me estoy centrando en mí. Y sin embargo tengo que hacer servicios comunitarios, que hace que evite que piense en mí. Me quedan 2 de otros y 2 grabaciones. El atrio, que es de donde venimos. Pero esto es propósito, no es conciencia. Medicinas, chanclas, $20. Nuestro paraíso, eso suena mal.
Soon after, I was offered the privilege of moving to the Polis. Until then, I had only heard stories about it or read about our school. We had our own island off the northern coast of Germany. our paradise. It was everything I could have hoped for. The facilities were amazing. State of the art, no expense spared. We had everything. Living quarters, rooms for training, study, and self-actualization. I got so caught up in it. Time never stood still. There was no moment to pause, to stop, to think. I met all the other amazing Entelikists who had been chosen to live at the Polis. We were the inner circle, the spearhead of our movement, and it felt so good. I felt so good. It felt like weightlessness, like drifting over what used to be real. And it went on for years.
He got better here. After everything they did to him.
He still found a community. Friends, even.
But he had me.
Not everyone here had a Jace. Maybe being there for others helped him.
That sounds just like him.
Bueno, pues vamos a dejarlo aquí por hoy. Esto ha sido las aventuras de Blackroot y esto ha sido Belonging. Lo veremos esto en el siguiente. Así que nada, hasta la próxima. Adiós en las aventuras de Blackroot.